What is up, Napolitanos? What is up, Bonita Springers? If you're planning on buying a home or visiting Southwest Florida, have you considered Bonita Springs? Bonita Springs is just on the south end of Lee County and just north of Naples. Bonita being the Spanish word for pretty, the town was actually renamed from its original survey. Yes, that was the name of the town, Survey, back in the 1900s. I guess Survey just didn't really catch on to with people. The sleepy town of Bonita Springs really didn't take off until the advent of the air conditioner back in the 60s. Now, Bonita Springs is an affluent area, and it's a highly desired destination for people relocating, vacationers, and retirees. There are plenty of beaches, rivers, beautiful homes, things to do, places to eat, and we're going to go over some of those today. There are just shy of 50 homes that cost over $1 million currently for sale in Bonita Springs. You can drive and look around at all the homes that aren't in gated communities. There are homes for sale in just about every single price point, so if you're interested in moving to Bonita Springs, that'd be something for you to check out. Check out the neighborhoods, check out where you want to move, check out what kind of home you're looking for. And then when you're ready, schedule some time with me and we can go out and look on the inside of the home. And one that will fit your budget, your price point, and the neighborhood that you're looking to move to. At the time I make this video, the most expensive home for sale is just under $10 million at 9.97. The least expensive, or probably most affordable home in Bonita Springs is just over $100,000. Farmer Mike's You Pick It is an open air farm where, just like the name implies, you actually go out to the farm and you go and you pick all your own fruits and vegetables. And then you go to a covered area and you pay. In that covered area, they sell local fruits and vegetables from neighboring farms, also oranges from neighboring groves. They also have an area for the kids to play. It's got a play area and a bounce house last time we were there. So there's plenty of things to do for everyone. If you've never done like a You Pick It type of farm, this is a really good experience. And it's kind of fun to get back and connect with nature while you're getting your dinner. So I definitely recommend you check out Farmer Mike's You Pick It. So Bonita Springs has a very beautiful, and I do mean it's a beautiful stretch of beach, goes for miles, and along that there are several access points. So you'll see access point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think it goes all the way to 12. And then it ends right about at Little Hickory, which we'll get to later. But one thing to check out is one of those access points. You get access to the beach, but you're also very close to town. You don't have to drive too far. Beach access number 1 is known for all the beautiful shells, as well as the bird and animal life and dolphins and other aquatic life that you'll find out there. No surprise here, the $10 million home, that's in the Barefoot Beach area. That's a favorite area of mine. I love to go to the beach over there and also to check out the beautiful homes. Everglades Wonder Gardens is a zoo of sorts, but it's for exotic animals, exotic birds and reptiles that otherwise couldn't be released back into the wild. Of course, as the name implies, there are beautiful lush garden areas with lots of floral and different landscaping. There is a koi pond and lots of fun things to do with kids, but also a quiet and peaceful area. The other thing about the Wonder Gardens is that they let the children interact with some of the animals. So that's different than other zoos where you can't touch the animals, but here they let you depending on the animal, so that could be a really fun experience as well. I wanted to give a little bit of background in the gambling situation. So Bonita Springs has the poker room, which is a gambling establishment. Of course they do more than that. They do events and things. Sometimes they'll have musicians go there. but for the most part, it's a gambling establishment. Now, the same family used to own a racing track. Now, what happened was, back in 2018, the voters of Florida voted out to get rid of dog racing, or greyhound racing. So there's no longer a racing track. Right now, the city of Bonita Springs, as well as the family who owns the poker room, are trying to come to an agreement of what to do with it. And there's been lots of developers that have pitched ideas to them. Some of these ideas are tennis courts. Others have pitched kind of adrenaline world type of theme park. So there's lots of ideas what to do with the big space that's sitting right now empty in the south of Bonita Springs. This renovation, though, is really what I get as a sense of what the whole city is trying to do with Bonita Springs. I think they are trying to renovate and update their image as a place that is family friendly, as a place that has lots of things to do and lots of places to eat. I get the sense that tearing down this dog track could be a big thing for the city. And as the city improves its image, more and more homeowners are looking past Naples, and they're starting to consider Bonita Springs as a nice place or a nice alternative to moving to Naples. Now, I love Naples, but I definitely see how the appeal of Bonita Springs is growing, and they're updating and renovating. So time will tell, but I definitely see a change towards more families and more people moving to Bonita Springs and the area growing substantially. Okay, if you're like me, you love the flea market. So I love looking for knickknacks. I love shopping for odds and ends. I love seeing what local vendors have put together, what they've imported, what they trade. And there is no better place to do it. If you follow my channel, you know I love farmers market. This is like a farmers market on steroids. This is called Flamingo Island. And Flamingo Island Flea Market is a huge row of two very large buildings with vendors, and they line up in these different vendings. Now, there were some closures. I suspect that during 2020 and our pandemic, that some of the vendors closed up shops and were never able to recover. So you'll see that Flamingo Island is still recovering, but there were still a lot of people there. And what more, I talked to them. So let's take a look at that real quick. Well, very cool.
And then you got the turtles underneath. Okay. And then I did the glass. Blow dry that. Okay. Right there's a rhino from Madagascar. See the beetle with the horn?
Oh yeah.
Get in on that.
Get in on that, yeah.
Yes, sir. Where are you from?
I'm from here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I do real estate. Yeah, that's more better.
You didn't have your slippers on, so I couldn't.
Well, yeah.
You know what I'm
doing some walking today, so.
Yeah, I hear you. And then I just finished this one right here. This is a 1990s end table made out of wood, and it folds.
Oh, very nice.
Yes, sir.
Well, very cool. Thanks for letting me drop by the shop.
Dude, anytime you're on video, you come by, all right?
You got it. All right, bud. Thanks. The other thing about Flamingo Island is that there are places to eat here. The taco shop here is rated very high. And one of my favorites is an ice cream shop called Royal Scoop. So, and we'll get to that later, but Royal Scoop's a great place to go eat ice cream. So one of the things that you can do in Bonita Springs, of course, is go out to eat. There are a lot of very famous, very delicious places to go eat. One of the places I was looking at was called Coconut Jacks. Now, I haven't eaten at Coconut Jacks yet, but if you'd like me to do an in-depth review of this restaurant, let me know in the comments below. But they have a valet service, so when you get there, they will park your car for you and you go in and eat. And they are right on the bay, right there on the water. So it's a fun and unique experience eating right there on the water. And as you can see, they have a Christmas tree out in the water, so it was a fun place to check out And this place is so highly reviewed. Everybody who's ever eaten there tells me that it's one of their favorite places to eat in Bonita Springs. There's also a few other restaurants that come in highly reviewed. We have Wylds Cafe and Sea Level Bistro. And there are many more than that, but those are just a few. Bonita Beach Dog Park. Now this is a special dog park that is just for dogs, and you can go with your furry friend. You walk through, you have to kind of wade through this area, but once you get to the beach, it's actually a really beautiful beach, and there's lots of people hanging out. Now the water is really, really shallow, so it's great for dogs, of course, and children. So, you know, they want to get wet, but you're not worried about them if they're, you know, still in the process of learning how to swim. This would be a really great area for them. So one issue I wanted to talk about that is an issue all over Southwest Florida, not just specific to Bonita Springs, is traffic. Now the city is doing things to combat this traffic. They are looking at putting in new and smarter lights. They are working with different homeowners to see if they can expand and build out the roads. And they're also doing things with smart intersections where they can curve and they cut right off into right turns. So almost like a roundabout situation to help free up some of the traffic congestion that there is, particularly during season. And yes, during our busiest season, which is our winter months, this traffic can get pretty long. Now for some of you, I imagine that traffic here is not really traffic at all. But for others, including myself, yeah, it's traffic and you're sitting in it. But for me, it's a small price to pay for living in the beautiful Southwest Florida, one of the most beautiful spots in the world, in my opinion. Little Hickory Beach is a beach at the end of the Bonita Beach set of beaches. So, like I mentioned, all those access points. This is a stretch of Bonita Beach, and I'll show you a map here. But towards the end, you get to an island, and this island has Little Hickory Beach. So there's a Little Hickory and a Big Hickory. And the Little Hickory, this is one of the most beautiful beaches that I've ever seen. The sand is soft and very fine and very clean. And you can frequently find a lot of seashells. Sometimes people find crabs or different birds or different mammals and aquatic life. So this beach really has a lot to offer. Now the parking situation at Little Hickory is they have a very small parking lot, but it's only $2 an hour to park there. So it's really not bad. And then a little insider secret for you is you can park across the street, which is kind of an extended parking lot, but you don't have to pay anything to park in there. Keep in mind that this beach, like all other beaches, they do close at sundown. So once the sun goes down, you gotta get out of there. But it is beautiful. You definitely have to check out the sunset at Little Hickory, and you will not be disappointed, promise you that. There are multiple kayak tours in the area. One thing that you need to check out, there's a river, there's lots of rivers throughout, but Imperial River is a very popular place to launch a kayak or paddleboard. And as such, there are lots of businesses that have sprung up around Bonita Springs. So you can look in Naples or Bonita Springs or Estero, do a search, you know, in your favorite search engine for kayak tours or kayak rentals, one being where they guide you, one where they don't. And there's all sorts of price ranges. If you're looking for a guided tour, those can start out at about $60 per person. And if you're just looking for a kayak rental, those usually start at about $20 per person, around there. It does depend the price seasonally, so if you're here during the busiest season, you might expect to pay a little bit more for that. I just want to mention that I am a realtor in Southwest Florida, so if you want more information on fun things to do here in Bonita Springs, or perhaps you want to look for properties while you're down here visiting, or if you just want to relocate here, please give me a call, see what we can do. Royal Scoops Ice Cream. I don't really know what to say about it. I mean, it's got some fun decor, but that's not all that different from other ice cream shops around. But I just love the taste. Like, I think the ice cream at Royal Scoop Ice Cream is just delicious. Okay, question time. Hannah asked, what is the cheapest way to get to Bonita Springs? Or is free way to get to Bonita Springs? I don't know of any free ways, unfortunately. I mean, I guess take a freeway, but you still have to drive. That costs gas money. You know, it'll be a couple days drive for sure. But the best way to get there from Denver International Airport, the way I do it is I go to Southwest Airlines, and they're not really indexed by Google Flights. So you have to go there directly and go to their calendar where they show different deals. Now, you can get a flight there for different deals all the time. Sometimes they'll even be under $100, but that's about standard. So I would expect that if you're willing to move your schedule around and look on Southwest Airlines, I think you'll find some times that would work for you to come here for about $100 a ticket, and that's round trip. Now, once you get here, if you have a friend that can pick you up, that's great. But one option that I found is kind of an Airbnb ride-sharing type of app called Turo. That's T-U-R-O. And Turo.com, you can find and get the app on your phone. You can find locals in the area here that are renting out their vehicles. So you'll have, I have seen BMWs, I've seen Ferraris, I've seen Teslas. Actually, there are a lot of Teslas. There are so many Teslas. But yeah, you can rent out a car, and generally you can find a lot more car for the money on Turo because it's just an individual renting out their personal vehicle. When else are you going to have the opportunity to drive a Tesla, or drive a Mustang, or drive a Camaro, or drive a BMW? It's really an opportunity when you're coming to one of the most affluent areas in the United States to kind of play like you're a high roller, and you kind of get to experience that life. You know, put the lid down and you cruise down the highway. So it's a really fun experience. Okay, everyone, you've been watching 411 Naples. This is David Peterson talking about Bonita Springs today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, we'll talk to you later. Ciao.